Okay, I believe we are streaming now. So let's double check. It's saying we're live on my screen, but I can't. Oh, I can see it now. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna mess with the music. Make sure that this is. I cannot hear anything. Is this tab muted? Why can I not hear anything? Let me try refreshing this page and see if that fixes it. That is weird. I have no audio. Is it trying to... Okay, do I have any audio right now? I have no audio. What is going on with that? Okay. Let's see. Is it because of OBS that I have no audio? I do need audio to be able to do this.
Me to lie down
Oh, there we go.
green pastures.
Is it just working now? Okay, it's only OBS that... I mean, it's only here that's not working. Huh. That is interesting. Let's see. I mean, we don't need music. We can get by without it, but it's nice to have some music. Let's see. Is OBS picking up this sound at all? No, they're not. There's no music coming from here. I wonder if... I'm gonna unplug my headset real quick and see if that fixes anything. And I just realized I haven't got chat pulled up. There might be people saying things right now. Oh, not yet. So, hey, go play outside. Welcome to the stream. We're having some audio difficulties, but I'm working on them right now. Okay. That is interesting. There should be music playing while I'm animating. It seems to be working off the actual software.
He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul.
Let's see. Go play outside. You made a Lego Pokemon in real life. Want me to tag you in it? Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see everyone's Lego builds that everyone's working on. Okay. Let's see. Is there a setting on here where I've got audio disabled? It doesn't look like it. Settings. Okay, that's overlay. I'm not going to worry about overlays right now. We'll make one later. Manage webcam. Seems to be a problem with the browser itself, but I can't close it without ending the stream, and we're not going to do that. Maybe if I just reopen the music and see if that fixes it. There we go. It was just something off with that tab. We got it. Allow autoplay. Okay, so now I've just got to adjust the audio levels of this. Okay, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit on my end, but then I can turn it up on your end a little bit more. Would you mind letting me know if this is too loud? Does this audio sound good? If you could let me know, go play outside. I know there's probably a delay, but I want to see if this sound is too much. It looks like my voice is peaking a little bit, so I'm going to turn myself down just a little bit. There we go. Now I'm not like blaring everyone's eardrums, I hope. You can hear it? Awesome. Is it like a comfortable you can hear it, or like you can barely hear it? Do you want it up or down? Because I can adjust it. So if you ever get to a point where you can't really hear the music, just let me know and I will work on it. There we go. Just fine-tuning it just a little. Okay. Good enough? Okay. Let's get to some animating. Okay. we're back to this shot that has been giving me trouble. But I have some exciting news. What I've done is right now, the camera is actually, like this set piece is standing up vertical. In fact, if I zoom out, you can see how we're doing this. So that way, we shouldn't have the glare issue with the camera pointing straight down. So I am very excited to try this out, because I feel like that's going to get rid of our glare issue. And let's see, you tagged me in the in real life Lego Pokemon card. Did you tag me on YouTube, or is that on another social media? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do our usual, make sure that the camera is settled in. I'm trying something a little different. I had my camera weighted down last time, but my tripod's pretty low to the ground, so I feel like I shouldn't need to worry about it too much. But just because we are on carpet, I'm going to take some shots to make sure that the camera's not moving a ton. Although it does look like it's moving a bit. Is it because of my... Am I shaking it? I can't tell. Since it's showing up with a white glare each time, I'm going to see if... Looks like it's settled down now. Okay, I'm like kind of stomping my feet on the carpet around to make sure that it's not shaking the camera. Let's see, you shared it with me on YouTube. It's a community post. I can pull that up while I'm streaming then on my phone. Let's see, mentions. There we go. Oh, that's really cool. Nicely done, Go Play Outside. That's awesome. That is a good Charmander. Oh, you made a detailed back to it too. That's really cool. Oh yeah, no, I see it. Yeah, I forgot to scroll. But yeah, that is really cool. Nicely done. Okay, let's see. How does this look? Okay, so it looked like we had the typical initial camera drift, but that once the camera settled in, it's all good. Ah, I see a slight problem. Because the table's on carpet, I can kind of accidentally shake the table. How noticeable is that? I'm going to take a photo and see if that drifted it all too much. Although I did hit the table pretty hard just then. I don't think it's that noticeable, so I feel like I'd have to like really hit the table for that to do anything. Yeah, hitting the table isn't noticeable. That's good. Okay, so that means we can actually start now. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause the music briefly while I adjust, while we look at the shot that we're going for.
He maketh me to lie.
Okay, so when he says the word maketh,
He maketh.
that's when he's going to, let's see, there we go. When he says maketh, that's when he's going to gesture for David the sheep to lie down. I'm going to move that up one layer.
He maketh me
And then to lie down.
to lie down.
Okay, so I think right about there. I'm going to see how that looks, how that flows.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He maketh me to lie down in green pasture.
And I think I accidentally placed it. Oh no, it's right. There we go.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures.
Perfect. Okay, that's the placement we're going to do. Let's see. You also made it where you can take the Charmander off the card display and display it on top. That's really cool. And you're making bases for the cards to stand on based on the backgrounds at the moment. The cards fit perfectly in it, though. It should be fine. Imagine if LEGO made an actual LEGO Pokemon card mystery pack with the cards, like the one for each box. Marketing would go really hard for those. I agree. You also plan on making Pokemon card stands with each other to hold the card. Kind of like some LEGO plants. That's going to be very cool. I can't wait to see that. Okay, so the initial shot So the shot itself is going to be... Why is it worded that way? Usually it will tell me just how long... Okay, there it is, duration. So we've got 4... let's see... Do I have a calculator? Nope, not on that. Calculator. Yes, okay. We want to close that. Okay, so we've got... Should be 40... Yeah, 4 times 24 plus 13. 4 times 24. Then we're going to add 13. So the actual shot is going to be 109 frames long. Hey, Fluid! Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. It looks like I've got a third person here as well, although I don't know if it's counting me as well. Unclear. Okay, so we've got 109 frames is the total shot length. Then we've got 1 second into the shot is going to be... So at the 24th frame is when the shepherd is going to gesture for David to lie down. And then at 50 frames is going to be when David actually lies down. So 24, 50, and then 109. That's actually pretty easy to remember. I like that. So we're going to have... Now, I'm not going to have him like start to gesture right at 24.
Me.
Actually, no, I might actually, because that's pretty quick. Yeah, so it's at about 24 frames is when he'll gesture to our sheep. But we'll do about, let's say, 18 frames. See how that looks. Oh, and I forgot to get the music started up again. Let's see. And then, speaking of Pokemon, I'm planning on making a creature capture game on Roblox similar to Pokemon based on the game idea I had in 2018. Should be very cool when it's done. Awesome. Fluid, you go back to school tomorrow? My condolences. Unless you're like someone who enjoys going back to school. I enjoyed school, but summer break was very nice. So I usually had mixed feelings when I went back to school. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that looks good. I don't think we're having any movement. I'll double check, but I think we don't have any movement that we do not want. Which at this point is no movement. Let's see. No, you're not someone who enjoys school, Fluid. Let's see. We've already hidden a frog for this video, so it's not a frog for every shot, just one per stop motion. So frog has already been hidden for this video. Let's see. Go play outside. You saw that someone made a Noah's Ark life-size Lego car that actually drives. He was pulled over for the car not being street legal. That's really funny. You going on a trip to England Monday? Cool. Are you like in Europe, or are you going from like America to England? I'm not really sure with the time we're streaming at exactly what time zone everyone is in. It's pretty much fair game where anyone could be. Okay. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Is that too much movement? Oh no, that's a good amount of movement. You're going from Texas to England. That is quite the trip. You're going to enjoy it. That'll be fun. I've never been to England, but I do enjoy traveling. Let's see. Okay, he does need to actually lean forward just a little bit. I'm going to turn his head ever so slightly. There we go. Let's see, Fluid, you've been to England before. It was very cool and rainy. Let's see, preparing for the trip. is crazy right now. The outdoor cats have a disease, and we can't get our stuff together without fighting each other. Oh man, yeah, it can be stressful. And yes, Fluid, the new Lego Batman game looks amazing. I don't really have anything to play it on at the moment, but I'm still very excited to see how the game turns out. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay. Now I'm gonna lean forward just a little. Let's see. Yeah, that lizard meme was interesting. I guess it's like a post-credit teaser for Pixar's next movie, which I guess is pretty cool that they're doing that. There we go. And I think maybe one more frame higher. Then let's hold that for another 2 frames before he puts his hand down. That was kind of communicating like, okay, that was jittery. Yeah, there we go. That was just the playback. So he leans forward, puts his hand up. Yeah, that's going to look good, I think. I'm going to put it back down at about the same speed. Maybe a little bit faster since he's like, when you're communicating to put something down, you kind of tend to point down. So it will be a little bit faster than him raising his hand up. Plus, this is meant to be a gentle moment, so we don't want the movements to be too quick. Okay, let's see how this one looks. I like that. Okay, so now let's do about another 10 frames of stillness. Let's see, when LEGO makes LEGO Pokemon, you want them to make a Giratina the size of a neck pillow for an 18+ set. It would be very cool. I'm very curious to see how they actually do that. In terms of how they're doing the Pokemon sets. Apparently, I also just missed a phone call. I'm not going to answer one on stream, but I'm going to at least see if it's... should I know this number? I mean, who's calling me this time of night? If it's important, they can leave a message. We're good. Fluid, sold all my Pokemon cards, but you kept the good ones. That's nice. We able to get a good amount for your Pokemon cards, at least? Okay, now this is the part I'm interested about, is trying to get the sheep to lie down while, technically he's perpendicular to the ground, right? Well, no, horizontal to the actual ground. So he's standing sideways on a wall, technically speaking. So I'm curious to see how him lying down looks. I'm definitely going to have to use some sticky tack for this. But that is okay. Because I think it will fix the glare issue. And anything that will fix the glare issue is good. Let's see. I have no clue who you're talking about. Also, yes, if you are bleeding, you should be at least slightly concerned. At least tell an adult. If you're not an adult. It's unclear sometimes when people are watching who's adults and who ain't an adult. Okay. That was not the right spot for the sticky tack. Let's try that again. Okay, we need to move back one stud. And then, this sticky tack does not seem to want to cooperate today. Is that a good spot? No. I think I actually need to go a stud lower to make this look good. Actually, I might like that angle. It's going to be ever so slightly noticeable that there's sticky tack, but the sticky tack will not be there long. And it kind of blends in with his wool. So we're going to try it as is. And if it's really obvious that sticky tack's there and then it disappears, then we can retry the shot. But I don't think it'll be that bad. If LEGO made Digital Circus, would I buy them? I've never watched a Digital Circus, so I do not have an answer for that. Is Digital Circus like a family-friendly thing? Or like, where does it sit on the family-friendliness scale? Okay. Okay, we definitely need to readjust this a little bit. I think a little further back. I think that was a little too far back. We're going to push him forward just a little. And I think that that is about golden. Now I want to see how him falling down looks. Okay, that was way too fast. I don't know, maybe it's not. I do feel like the sticky tack on his legs was definitely too obvious. So we're gonna try him falling again. Thankfully, we do not have to redo the whole scene to do this. But no, there are definitely ways to do this, so I'm not gonna panic. It just might take us a few tries today. Okay, LEGO needs to make a giant gunk. That'd be pretty cool. Go play outside. Probably not family friendly enough for LEGO because they just had an episode about guns. I mean, you never know. That's kind of an unclear one with guns because it's funny what's allowed for LEGO sets and then what isn't. Okay. Let's see. I want to make the fall just a little bit slower than our first one. Well, not just a little bit, a good amount slower. Okay. So I think the key here is to put the sticky tack on his his up-facing legs compared to the top of the screen. And then that way it shouldn't be very visible. Okay, let's push him forward just a little. Okay, good. We actually have it where we've had him fall back a little bit, which is actually not a big problem at all. And it looks like he does slowly sink, so what we're going to do is we're going to angle him up and then take the photo real quick. And hope that doesn't get motion blurred. Yeah, I think I like that. So now we're just going to angle him up a little bit more. And then just wait for him to fall to where it's a little bit closer to... We're doing patience animating. I mean, all stop motion requires a little bit of patience, but this one we're waiting for the sticky tack to just slowly loosen and line up a little closer to what we want. I think that might work. Let's try that. I think that might actually be good. Let's see. Here's the thing, like, yes, they made Lego Stranger Things, but I think the best example of the whole no guns Lego rule doesn't always stand is they made Indiana Jones. And that is, like, guns galore, fighting World War II, German regimes. Like, there's a lot of stuff on that you think they'd be like, oh no, that doesn't match standard for everything. But yet, here it is. So, you never know what Lego will release. Okay, only thing is, on that shot, you can definitely see the sticky tack. I'm gonna see if just one shot of sticky tack's gonna be that noticeable. Okay, we do need to get the sticky tack off. And now what we're gonna do is gonna stick it to under the sheep on his side. See, monarchs have been coming through your backyard, and it's very lovely, but whenever you get close to them, they fly away. So I wanted to get a picture of one so you could had to hide in a bush. That's pretty cool that you're able to get a good picture of one, though. Okay. Is that roughly the right spot? Okay, wrong spot, but I do feel like it's the right angle. So right amount of sticky tack is what I mean by that. Okay, now he's too far forward. So now we gotta move back. And now I feel like he might actually is at the right angle, but I think he's too high. Because now it looks like he like jumped down, which is not what he did. And now it's too low. Oh, the balance. Okay, so now I just need to make it that he's even. And then that should... Let's see how that looks. I feel like the sticky tack is only noticeable to me because I'm staring right at it. And to be honest, people aren't gonna notice that, I feel like. And if they do, I think that it's not the end of the world. What's a hidden skill I have? It's a dumb hidden skill. So I sell concessions at a theater. And one of the things that we sell is nacho cheese. And we fill the cheese into these cheese cups with this, like, heated cheese machine. And I've learnt that I'm really good at estimating how many cheese cups I've grabbed without counting them. But if I try to do it, like intentionally count them, then I can't do it. I can only do it if I'm not like consciously thinking about how many cheese cups I need. So that's a very random hidden skill I feel like I have acquired. Okay. Let's see, push him forward a little. Does this look better? Okay, no, he shifted to the right. He keeps accidentally shifting to the right, which is not what I want him to do. That doesn't feel like a natural falling pattern. And now he's shifted to the left. I need him to just fall straight. Is that right? I think that's about right. Oh, hey, Robot Ham! Welcome to the stream. It's the end of the world as we know it. Yes, we're about to go into the Valley of the Shadow of Death. That's what the next shot we'll be animating will be. Oh, yeah, this turned out good. So now we'll just kind of stick him more into the wall. And hope that the sticky tack doesn't fade. And, like, lose its stickiness too much. If it does, I'll just duplicate his shot and fix it in post. Yeah, I like that. That's a good fall. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to have the shepherd kind of lean back a little bit too. Fluid, interesting hidden skill. I can't remember if I read that or not yet, but yeah, it's a random one. I don't know what my most useful hidden skill is. I don't know. I was a nerd in high school, I guess. I don't know if that's a hidden skill though. Okay. Oh yeah, the sheep is definitely starting to fall. What I'm gonna do is I'll fix that in post to make it so that the sheep doesn't move. Either that, or I can just... Oh, let me check something. If I just ended the shot like that, let's see, that'd be about 2 seconds of no movement. Nah, I don't like that. I want there to be some movement of the shepherd. So what we'll do is we'll just get it. It should be a relatively easy shot to fix, I feel like. Although, it could just be him settling into the... That actually might look a little natural. So I'm going to just leave that and see how it goes. Okay, let's see. Okay. I want him to turn his head at least a little bit. Actually, maybe I'll have him like turn his head towards the sheep. That might actually look good. There we go. And we want just a little bit of movement at the end, so there's a bit of an ease out to the movement. Okay, that was a little bit too much. Oh, I hit a flower. That's not good. Okay, apparently it was not noticeable. I don't get how that was not noticeable. I hit one of the leaves behind him, but I guess it fell back into the same place. Fluid, did I watch Goosebumps as a kid? I'm not even 100% sure what Goosebumps is, so I don't believe I did. One more bit of movement. And then, let's see how this looks. So, gestures for him to lie down, he lies down with him. Yep, I like that. And let's see, we need... Let's see, this is 109 frames is how long the shot is, so we need to take 44 because that's including the frame we're taking right now. There we go. I'll catch up on comments for a bit. Oh, it's the same comment I just read, but that's okay. This is the lovely part where we wait, and then hopefully, this won't have the glare issue that we had before. Would be really nice. Do I think stormtroopers can see color? In terms of like while they're wearing their helmets? I don't know. I feel like they would be able to, cause I don't know. I feel like, because I know that in like the Mandalorian, you see like what Mandalorians see through their helmet, and they've got like a full heads-up display. But I feel like stormtroopers are kind of cheap soldiers, so I don't feel like they have a HUD on their helmet. I imagine they could. I don't have any like Star Wars lore to base that on. I'm just guessing. I think I might have accidentally set it to too many frames. Oh well, if we have like one extra frame, that's not a big deal. It's better to have an extra frame than not enough frames. Just a random question. Oh no, I enjoy random questions. They're fun. Plus, whenever I'm at church, a bunch of kids always ask me like a bunch of Star Wars questions because they're all like Star Wars nerds, but they're young and they haven't watched very much Star Wars yet. So they're like wannabe Star Wars nerds. So I'm constantly answering lots of questions, but I enjoy it. It is not a problem. I feel like, yeah, that shot turned out pretty well. So as long as it doesn't have the glare issue, we are in a good place. Okay, 1920 by 1080, that is correct. 24 frames, keep proportions, high quality. Hope it's exporting to the right place. It is perfect. Okay. This is my 6th attempt at doing this shot, so I'm really hoping that it works this time. I'll be very sad if it doesn't. Drink some water though while I'm waiting for that to load. Gotta stay hydrated. Please work. Please work. 6th attempt at the shot, that's crazy. Yeah, and it's all been like technical stuff. It hasn't really been that I didn't like the animation. It's just been technical issues. Okay, it's a lot brighter than I meant it to be. It's a little bit bright, but it's easier to tone down. It's easy to tone down brightness in stop motion. And I am not seeing any flickering. And in this shot, it's easy to spot it because both the characters are wearing or are white, which means that it would be very easy to spot flickering. And that looks good. I am very happy with how that shot came out. That is a good looking shot. So let's add it into our video. And I just realized that my editing software is going to try to pull from a church video, because that's the last thing I worked on. So let's see, Lego videos 2025, Psalm 23 video, and we're looking for 23.2-6 because it was our 6th attempt. There we go. Okay, so see how much flickering there was on this shot? So that was my 2nd attempt at that shot. And then here's this one. Much better. No flickering. I know it looks washed out lightways, but we haven't corrected it yet. Which, since this doesn't really require a ton of editing, I am going to do that. Oh, look, lines up perfectly. Those 2 lines mean that it is the exact length of the shot that I had in mind. I'm going to make sure, though, just to double check that it fits the guidelines. Yep, it's good on that end, and it is good on that end. So the cool thing is that I have a color grading preset already for this video. Now, it doesn't mean that I won't have to change it all. Like, it's still very yellow, so I'm going to have to tone that down a bit. But I'm going to pause the music, and then we'll see how it blends in with the rest of the video. Because now we should have at least, I think, yeah, almost 20 seconds, or 25 seconds of uninterrupted good footage now. So let's see how it looks.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
There we go. Not bad. Okay, so just looking at the coloring, I think we need to darken it, and also increase the green. So let's go to the green hue. Yeah, look how yellow that is. So we're gonna increase the saturation a bit, because we want it to be a lush meadow. Luminance. Okay, we need to remove the yellow out of the shot first, because there is way too much. Nope, not like that. That looks bad. So let's go to basic. Temperature. Let's just decrease the temperature of the shot. There we go. Okay, that will work. So now we can actually mess with the green and make it look good. Okay, let's see that shade of green. This shot is still also very bright, so let's decrease the brightness. Also, let's get that music back up and running, because it's going to be a while of editing this shot, I feel like. So let's see. I think saturation and vibrance are actually good, as much as it feels overwhelming, because I think once we tone down the brightness... let's see. Contrast. We want to mess with that. I feel like a little less contrast on this shot is actually not bad. So let's go to -20. Let's see. Do you want to increase the shadow a little bit? Let's go 15 shadow. Yeah, and I feel like that looks a lot more natural, like the other shots right now. I'm still feeling like we can... Is the temperature still too much? Yeah, yeah, that would be awful. I'm thinking, let's try -40 for the color temperature. That looks good to me. And then, do we want to increase the green at all? I think, let's do 65. And then for blue, let's just increase the blue ever so slightly. Let's go 15. Saturation. And there's a lot of things I can edit with this. Let's go with just 15 on that as well, adding a bit of blue. Let's see for the hue. Okay, that makes it more yellowy. So let's add 5 of the blue hue. And that's looking pretty good, I feel like. It's a bright shot, but also in the middle of a meadow on a really sunny day is kind of the idea. I think I like that. Like, and the thing is, it doesn't matter too much if the color tone's a little bit different between shots, because they're going to different places, so it's not a huge deal. Let's see. I might leave it how it is. Let's see. Let's see. Where did I get the fonts? Oh, the font that I used for my animating. So that's actually a font that I had commissioned for my channel. If you look at the name of the font, it is literally called Comedian. So it is the Chris Comedy's official font. That is where I got it from. I hired, I think, some guy in Russia to do it on Fiverr. So let's watch it again and see how it all flows together. I might still, like, touch up the color grading throughout this whole thing a little bit, but I don't want to necessarily do that while streaming, because that would get a little bit boring for everybody, I feel like.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea.
Yeah, I like that. Although I'm going to move this green bar so that at the beginning it doesn't fade from green to black and then into the shot.
The Lord,
there we go. That looks much better.
Is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I...
Awesome. That shot went well. I am happy with that shot. We can officially move on to shot 6. Okay. So, we're on to Dragon Frame. File... New scene, scene 6, and it should put it in the correct place. There we go. And now we've got to move the new set piece in for the Valley of the Shadow of Death. So I'll get the duct tape that's been holding my set piece down out of the way. That's how I make sure that my set doesn't move while I'm animating it, is I just duct tape everything. I don't recommend doing that if you use your table for anything else, because it's put a bunch of scuff marks on my table. But this is my animating table, so it is expendable in terms of how good the table looks. Because if you can see the table in a shot, then I have failed. So it works well that way. I don't know why. I feel like every time someone asks a remotely religious question, that the first time it happens, it gets hidden. Am I a Baptist? I do go to an independent Baptist church. I tend to kind of stress the independent because I'm a big believer in that a church that isn't at all connected with my own church shouldn't be controlling my own church. I go to an independent Baptist church. Did I give off Baptist vibes, or is that just the one you were guessing? I'm kind of curious now. Do I give off Baptist vibes? Okay, let's add the set piece in. I think my headphone cable's long enough. There we go. And I'm gonna have to bump the lighting out of the way a little bit. But here is the Valley of the Shadow of Death. So we've got this mountain, this area. We've got a cave. I accidentally knocked over this dead plant. We've got a skeleton skull and a bone, and we've got a wolf hiding in the cave. So I feel like that this will give off Valley of the Shadow of Death vibes. And also I'm going to massively make the scene much darker in lighting. Even for the shot that I was just doing, I think I had the lights a little bit too bright, but it worked out for that shot because I could edit it pretty well. But I'm going to try to not have that issue this go around. And this time, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the same set piece for the next 3 shots, but it's going to be 3 different angles. So right now, we want it to be nice and zoomed in to where you can kind of see the wolf, but not really. Although one thing I am noticing is I'm not a big fan of having empty space right here, so I think I'm going to grab some gray bricks and adjust the camera angle a little bit. And I'm also going to zoom out just a bit. Let's see, maybe more like this. Or maybe I should actually, yeah, if I do it like this and just add to right here, that might look better. Because that way the wolf's actually a little bit more hidden. You can see the skeleton skull right here. Let's see. I'm going to mess with this camera angle just a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's too much. I like that. So I'm just going to add some bricks right here. And that'll make a good camera angle. But, I don't mind that question fluid. That's completely fine. I mean, it's a Christian channel. People are going to ask some religious questions. What I'm also thinking about doing is adding some pieces here so it looks like the tree that rotted and start to fall isn't just a clean break. So I have to step away from my headset just for a little bit to grab the pieces, but I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Let's get this set piece adjusted to look a little better from this angle. There we go. Add a little bit of depth to it. Yeah, that's looking a little bit more natural. Can you see the gap there? I kind of like the gap, though. That adds a little bit of depth. And then what we're going to do is going to add... There we go. Yep, just a little bit more. Let's see, like that. Yeah, I like that. I'm also tempted to put, like, maybe a scorpion up here. That might actually look pretty cool. But let me add the modifications to the tree first. Song's a bop. Yeah, that one is a bop. I agree. I can't remember the name of it, though. Let me check real quick. Let's see. We were just listening to... Yeah, theme from... I don't even know how to say that. Obfuscators? I'm sure it's pronounced differently than that. But I agree. That song is a bop. Okay. So we're going to actually just take that off for a bit. And then kind of add a snap to it. Actually, maybe like that. Then a Lego stud in the tree as well. Maybe another Lego stud on the base of the tree. That's still on the ground. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks more like a tree that's rotted a little bit. Yeah, I like that. That looks better. And I think I am going to add a scorpion, like, on the side here. I feel like that would look good. So, I'm going to put these Lego pieces away real quick, so I'll be right back as well. I know someone just left for a bit, so I'll be right back too. And then just going to add some animals, tape it down, and then we should be good to animate this shot. And I've returned again. So, let's see, I'm pulling out my animals right now. I just realized, I think I have a skeleton horse in here. Do I still have it? Or is that with my brother's Lego? Looks like it's with my brother's Lego. That's okay. Let's see, we've got an option between a spider and a scorpion. What do we want? What do you think, Fluid? Do we want a spider or a scorpion to be in the Valley of the Shadow of Death? We could also do a snake. I think I'm going to save the snake for later. Let's do between a spider and a scorpion. What are we feeling? I also have a dragon, but I don't know if that fits the theme we're going for. Let's see. For scorpions, I've got black, blue, and red. And then for spiders, I've got black, red, and white. Scorpion is better? Okay, let's go with scorpion. So now I'm just going to see which color looks best on the gray. Okay, so we've got a black scorpion, which we can put like so. Okay, let's just put him there for now. Okay, that one looks pretty good. I like that. You think black for the scorpion? Still gonna see how they look. I feel like red blends in with the tree too much, and I want there to be a little bit more color. Yes, it's the Valley of the Shadow of Death, but it's not only two colors. And it's already pretty barren. I think you're right with black. I like black. And I'm thinking what we might do is just whenever David the sheep moves, the scorpion just follows him and is just watching him. The scorpion's just like, ooh, a sheep. And then the wolf, I feel like, is in a good spot. I might try to move him over one stud. Let's see. See if that looks good. How does that look? Ah, nope. He's getting stuck in the cave. That's the only thing with animating these really small places, is that it's very easy to lose pieces in them. Okay, that's too far out. I want him to be not quite that obvious. How does that look? Let's see, maybe one stud further back. Ah, no, he's disappearing. No. Come back here. Is that just the same thing I had? That is the same thing I had before. Yeah, I think I like that. That way, like, people might not necessarily notice that he's there. But that, like, if people are paying attention, they'll notice that there's a wolf in there. I feel like I like that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, we're gonna bump the set over a little this way. That way it looks like it continues more. Although I do want to rotate it. Let's see. Do we want to rotate it like that? Yeah, I think like this. Although I am noticing I'm getting some of the section of the path that I cut off. Although I think we can just zoom in a little bit. Yeah. I think this is a pretty good camera angle. We'll probably have David the sheep start about here. And he's going to be moving pretty slow in this shot, because he's nervous. My main goal is to have it so that he's not covering the scorpion. I want people to be able to see that at the beginning of the shot. Let's see. Does he look better that way? Yeah, I think. And let me see. Will that be a clear path for him to animate? Yeah, I can shift his angle of where he's standing a little bit later. And then we're just gonna have the scorpions just gonna slowly watch him. Or I could have him just kind of like wriggling around. Let's see. Do I want him to follow? I think following him, because it's the Valley of the Shadow of Death. So therefore, the scorpion is watching and be like, I could. I don't think a scorpion would. A scorpion can't eat a sheep, but they're venomous. Like that fits. That fits Shadow of Death themes. But if we wanted to go like really hardcore with the bad guy, we could just use this dragon. I mean, it looks funny. It does not fit the theme at all, but if I did bloopers, this is what I would animate. I would animate this dragon in the path of the sheep. But I do have an idea for a video with this dragon one day. Use that shot as a post. That's a really good idea, actually. Let me, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me see. Do I want to just screen? I don't even know how to screenshot. How do I screenshot on this computer? I don't know how to do. Actually, wait a minute. I think I can export an image. Yeah, I can export an image. Let's do that. Although let's I'm going to adjust the lighting to look more like good for the actual shot first, and then we'll take the goofy one. But yes, I love the idea of the post. And yeah, and we want this shot to be a lot darker in terms of lighting, because it's not much of a Valley of Shadow of Death if in fact, I think I might make my lights one light blue. I know it's red at the moment. A red light looks cool, but I don't want to go quite that stylistic with it. So we want a blue light to fill. Oh, I just increased the brightness. That's okay. Nope, not what I was trying to do. I don't want a disco light. How do I do this? There we go. Okay, so we want this light to be blue, because that's like the thing you do when you're filming, is blue light means night. Yeah, like that. The only downside is that we're using a blue screen, in the back, but let me try. That is a problem. Maybe a green screen might be better for this shot, actually. And I have a green screen, because there's not much greenery in this scene, and I feel like it'd be way easier to edit green rather than blue when the light is already blue. So we're gonna actually remove my blue screen. To be honest, if I just could make the background just black, that might actually look better than trying to animate a sky. But that's gonna be really hard to do. Do I have any black? I suppose I have. Let's see how this looks. Just as a... Man, I think just having black behind it looks good. What do you think? Do you think I should make a proper sky? Or do you think that just having black in the Valley of the Shadow of Death is a better idea? I actually really like this. Yeah. I think the black looks really good. So let me just brush it a little bit, because there's some dust on the black. And I don't want to have the dust be in the shot. There we go. Oh, it looks like that dust isn't even in range of the camera. Yeah, I think this is going to look really good. We're going to need a little bit of light that isn't blue, just for the sake of being able to see a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert a light about where the camera is, point it down, and we're just going to slowly brighten it until... to kind of make just a little bit of a fill light. I feel like that looks pretty good. Might actually be even just a little bit too bright. Let's put that down to 25% on that light. And let's see, can I get a darker blue? Yeah, yes, almost purple actually. That looks good. Okay. Oh, now there's like a cool shadow with the dragon too. For the post, I might make it a little bit brighter. Let's just add a light just for this post picture. There we go. Put red eyes in the back. That'd be cool. I don't know if I'll do it for this animation, just because I don't really doing any other effects like that in this one. So I don't know if it would fit in very well. Yea, though I walk through the Valley of the Shadow of Death, where there is in fact a dragon. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take one picture and export it as its own image, because that's just going to make a good post. Come on, take a photo. Oh, it's lagging. There we go. High resolution, video assist. Yes, I already know this. Okay. So now we can do is export still image. And we're going to put that in... I have a category for posts. Let me just put it in that. Community posts. Let's make a new folder. What do you mean loading? I already loaded it. My camera, my laptop be lagging. Can you still hear me? Is it lagging for you too, or is it just my computer, like the file? Let me look at the stream health. I am getting some warnings. Okay, nope, looks like it's fine. I guess it's just this program that's loading slow right now. Maybe, okay, yeah, let's just cancel that and let's try that again. Export still image. Community posts. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Let's see. Video teasers. And then new folder. Psalm 23. Create. And then we're going to title this Valley of the Shadow of Dragons. Okay, now I'm going to make sure that that actually worked. Community posts. There's so many things in here. There we go. I don't like it when it does this. I like it to be in list form. There we go. And now it's like actually alphabetical, which makes it way easier to see what's going on. Let's see. Did it export the image? It did not export the image. Where's my image? Let's try that again. Export still image. It didn't work. Let's try that again. Community posts. Video teasers. Psalm 23. Did that work this time? It's not working. What is going on? Maybe if we export as an image sequence. There we go. File name. Shadow of Dragon. Okay, yes. Set it to... Okay, there we go. Hopefully this will work. I know this is very much a side quest, but now that we want to do this, I really want to do it. There we go. Yeah, that'll make a great community post. I love it. That's really good, actually. And it's also a good test to see how in focus the shot is, and I think it looks good. You should title the post, Only the Real Ones Know. I could do that, except there's only like 4 people in the live stream. So the real ones is 5 people, including myself. Okay. Okay, so now let's animate the actual shot. And I'm thinking, let's see, having the light here. Can I turn this down one stop? Okay, it's either... Okay, that actually makes things a little bit more visible. So I think I'm going to have the lights on, just on the lowest possible setting for those lights. Okay, so Fluid, I need your help with something. Speaking of Only the Real Ones Know, I am getting tired, and I need something to help me stay awake, but only the real ones know what I need. And I'm curious to see if you can help me by reminding me of what I can do to help me stay awake right now. I think I'm going to have the light behind the sheep. Because I like it. Yeah, I like that there's more darkness where the wolf is. You've been holding it back, Fluid? I don't want you to hold it back. I want you to say it so I can have some caffeine. But according to stream tradition, I cannot say it until someone else says it. The dragon was a good touch. That's going to make a great post. Also, I need to add the duct tape to actually keep this set from moving. Otherwise, we will have some issues. Also, I can move this light out of the way because it's not even on. Which is nice. Which means I can access my set piece so much easier. Yes! D-E-W! Do! Aha! I can finally grab one now. I was hoping Owie would stop by because that's always his first comment. But I haven't streamed in a while, so I don't really blame him. Uh-oh, something fell. Oh, it was just a bottle of water. I can live with that. Okay. There we go. Okay. You wanted Oe to say it as well. Well, maybe he'll be able to say it next time, but here we go. Here is some do. Hashtag sponsored, not sponsored. Hashtag do the do. Hashtag still not sponsored, but will totally take sponsorship. Although I did have a sponsored video the other day. That was very exciting. To have a sponsored Narnia video. That was very, very exciting, actually. There we go. Now I'll be awake. Okay. I am going to export just this image to test. Okay, yes, that's just going to export it where we're doing that. This is just to be a test to see how in focus this shot is. Let's see. So the wolf and the skeleton are out of focus, but I feel like that might actually be good. Because that kind of implies more that the wolf's hiding. And I know that we can clearly see it, but I feel like that is working from the sheep's perspective if the wolf is blurry. And yes, this is the actual wolf piece. This comes with the Wolfpack Beastmaster minifig. That's where I got him. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we can close that. I want to look at this picture again. That's funny. That is a good picture right there. But no, I've got an idea for this dragon for a video one day. I get to also use my favorite LEGO minifig in that video. So that one is... But that one's a little bit on the back burner because I've got a lot of projects coming up right now. Name the dragon Dewey. I can't actually... I don't want to give it away. The dragon might actually already be named. So let me get back to you on that. There's a fair chance that the dragon's already named, according to the lore that's already been set up. Okay, so let's look at the initial shot and see what I need to do.
For his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Okay, that's actually going to be pretty nice because there's no timed movement in this. It's just the sheep moving forward. So what's the duration? It is 4 seconds plus 19 frames. So let's clear that. We've got 4 times 24 frames for the 4 seconds, which leaves us 96, and then we're adding 19. So we've got 115 frames. So it's just a little bit longer than our last shot. What does that mean with the dragon name? Is that what you're asking about? I've been doing research on one of my favorite LEGO minifigs, and there's way more lore and a very complicated backstory to this character, to the point where at first I was just going to do a short about him, but he's ended up so complicated that I'm like, I think I need a actual full-length video to analyze this minifig. And I've got a feeling that because he's got a backstory that the dragon might actually have a name. But I don't want to go too much into depth on that because I don't want to spoil that upcoming video. But yeah, no, it'll almost be like a short video essay by the time I finish that video, I think. And I know I keep saying it, but I have been working on the 5K special. I'm hoping it'll be out this week. Life's been so busy, but I really need to get that video out because we're at 5,800 subscribers, so I really need to get the 5K special out. Who's the minifig? I was going to keep it a secret. Yeah, I can tell you because there's not many people on the live stream. It's not going to spoil it for everybody. It's the Batlord minifigure. Basil the Batlord. Yes, that is the goal. Please don't get mad at me if something pops up though, but I really want to try and get the 5K special finished. I know you're the only one in the chat, but there's 6 people watching the live stream right now, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so 115 frames of David the sheep moving forward. Now what we're going to do is there's going to be gaps between him moving, because we want to show him. We want to show that he's nervous. So what we're gonna do is first I need to actually finish adding the duct tape. I just realized I've got one piece of duct tape, and that is not gonna cut it. I like to have 4 pieces of duct tape holding my set piece down, because that means that it's definitely not gonna move. Yeah, that can't move. But yeah, there we go. So let's see, we might actually have to do a little bit of math for this shot. So let's see, if I start him there, is that too much? I feel like that might be too much. I like him. What we might do is have him halfway through a step already at the beginning of the shot. But ideally, we want him to... Okay, so he's going to start technically in line with the scorpion. I don't want him to get much further than here is the goal. So that's... Let's reverse that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's 9 steps that he'll be taking. I suppose we should subtract one of them because he's taking them in the video. So let's divide 115 by 8. So he needs to take a step about every 14 to 15 frames. That's pretty doable. Will he be looking around? I don't think so. Because it's yay that I walk through the Valley of the Shadow of Death. I kind of want to just show him walking, but the fact that he's walking a lot slower than usual, that's probably why. I'll probably just have him walking straight. And you thought the mascot was my favorite minifig. Okay, I have more than one favorite. It's kind of unfair, I guess. Obviously, I like the minifig that represents me in the channel. But in terms of, like, original Lego, I really like Basil the Batlord. And even his updated minifig looks really cool. But yeah, no, it is fair to say that the Chris Comedies minifig is also my favorite. And the goal is that at 10,000 subscribers, I'll reveal his real name. Because I've not been going by his real name yet on this channel. I also have a friend at work who's been trying to constantly figure out what the character's actual name is, which is really funny. Okay, I just want to make sure. Yes, 115 is what we're going for in terms of frame count. Although I suppose we should technically do the test shot to make sure that nothing is moving. Let's do 12. One day for 10,000 subscribers. I feel like that'll be this year. Although it could. I have slowed down, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to get back up to my like daily short schedule eventually. Life's just been really busy. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, I'd like to hit 10K by the end of the year. Okay. There is no detectable movement. I'll put it on a more sensitive setting just to double check. But best I can tell, especially since the camera didn't move between the shots, we only moved the set piece. We're not going to have any movement issues. Okay. If I do this right and don't make a silly mistake, this should be a relatively simple shot. Okay, photo number 1. Let's see, that might be... And we're going to probably try to make the steps a little bit... Like, not just more time in between steps, but also have the steps themselves take longer. Because he is nervous. Actually, I might have him once he gets close. Oh, wait. It's yea that I walk through the Valley of the Shadow of Death. I will fear no evil. Should I have him, like, still act scared for a little bit? I don't know. I suppose I could. Let's see. Let's have him sit still for a little bit. Okay, and now we're gonna have him start sliding forward ever so slightly. Maybe that might be a little bit too far forward. Without him falling off the studs, preferably. There we go. Then have him slide forward just a little bit. And now the scorpion's gonna follow just a little bit. There we go. Have him straight up when it says fear not. Yeah, not shaking. Yeah, I like that. That's gonna look good. Uh-oh, he fell. No. He got stung by the scorpion. Oh wait, I think yeah, I had him move to a new layer. Yeah, no, he's further away like this. I knew what you meant when you said straighten. I gotcha. And yes, we do all fall into sin. Although at the moment he's just falling due to me not engaging the clutch power of the brick. And let's see if I can make that angle a little less. Although I suppose make the scorpion still move a little bit. If I was trying to be creepy, I'd have the skeleton skull move ever so slightly. But the skeleton skull is sticky tacked to the bone that's next to him, so I cannot move the skull. Plus, I don't want people to think that it's like actually a real haunted forest. That's not the vibe we're going for. Yeah, the scorpion's just really interested in this sheep. There we go. And then let's have him sit for a little bit. I think we'll have him pause for 2 more frames. Okay, so now we're going to have him take his next step. Thank you. I'm liking how the shot's going so far too. I like shooting shots that have less lighting because it's, I don't know, I don't know, it feels more dynamic, maybe cinematic. I don't know what the correct word necessarily is here, but I like doing it. Either, whatever it is, it's fun to do. Okay. Okay, I think I've had the scorpion move just a little bit too much. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I like that better. The mic cough sonic boom. I'm sorry, I started covering it too late. My bad. I'll try to cover it better for the next one. Okay, now I'm going to have him move forward in between the studs. This is the spot where it's a little tricky to balance him out. There's a little bit of movement, but you need some frames where he actually moves a good amount. Otherwise, it would look like he was going comically slow. Oh, except that time I did not move. Yeah, the scorpion does need to still move. Not every frame that he moves, but he does need to keep eye contact with David the sheep. Come on. There we go. And then ever so slightly turn. What's the best Batman? Okay, so my favorite Batman, if you're talking like just, I don't really read comic books, so I'm not gonna give like a particular author, but my favorite Batman has always been not always, but at the moment he's Batman the Animated Series, so the one Kevin Conroy did for the TV show. I just think that one, I know it's a cartoon, but I just feel like it embodies Batman so well. And that's, I don't know, I really like him. For live action, I get that Christian Bale's Batman is not comic book accurate at all. I do like how his gadgets and suit look, though. Robert Pattinson's Batman's cool. I am not an Affleck Batman fan. I think that he's a good actor, and he's like good at it. Just his Batman was weird in that he killed all these people, and also the bat suit made him look fat. Like it just did. Like he's a really muscular dude, and they just did not shape that suit correctly for him, in my opinion. And I'm also of the opinion that for most superheroes, the best adaptations you'll get will be cartoons, because you can kind of play the whole larger-than-life aspect of them. Let's see. I think I'm having him take even less steps than I originally planned for, but that is not a problem at all. So let's see. Step and a step. I think about now would be a good time for him to take another step. There we go. Hey, Owie, yes! I'm sorry I already opened it, but here is the do. Hashtag sponsored, not sponsored. Hashtag do the do. Hashtag I actually had a sponsored video the other day, just not by Mountain Dew. How you been? Oh, it's good to see you. I know it's been a while since I've been streaming. I'm still trying to get back into the upload schedule. Life's been very busy. I was actually last week. Well, not last week. Yeah, last week. I had the week off of work, but what I did is I rented a U-Haul, and so me and my fiance, we get married in about a month. But what we wanted to do is not have to rent a U-Haul on our honeymoon. So what we did is her dad, her, and I, we filled up a U-Haul with as much of our stuff as we could, and we moved it all over to our apartment. What's going to be our apartment. It's just me here at the moment, but we moved it all here. So last week was a lot of moving and unloading things, so it was busy. Thankfully, I had the weekend to rest, which is good, because I was very tired. I'm still a little tired, but I'm not as tired now. So I'm glad to be able to, like, get back to some animating, because I have not animated in a while. It's been too long. And I'm going to try to see how much of this we can get done tonight. I feel like I'm still going to have... Did he move the right way? Oh, no, that is a correct movement. Okay. It just felt slightly wrong. But yeah, so this is shot 6 of the Psalm 23 animation. It's going to eventually have 12 shots. By the end of the day, we should be finished with 8 of them. So I imagine that the next time we stream, which I'm hoping to actually fit in another one this week, because I'd like to have this video release on Sunday. Would be nice. Because then I can also start uploading the Bible build series again. Because the next one we're up to is Psalms, and I want Psalms to come out the same time I release this. So that's why there's been a hold on that as well. But I feel like it'll be worth it. Because that way the short can advertise this video. There we go. Let's see how this looks. Hop, 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 and hop. Yeah, there we go. I like having the movement uneven. Because it shows that even though, like, he's being brave because he knows the shepherd is nearby, he's still nervous. Like, he's still a sheep. Like, he's not a lion. Like, and while he can't see the wolf yet, he knows that there are dangerous creatures around here. You're reading a Braille murder mystery book. A big twist is coming. I can feel it. I like that. That's funny. Okay, let's see. Is this a good amount of a pause? Maybe 2 more frames. Let's do a third. Why not? Okay. And now, I feel like it's been so long since I last watched your streams. Yeah, it's not just you though. It's because I haven't streamed as much lately. So that's not because you've been missing many. And what happened to the music? Why isn't it playing? What is going on here? Where did it go? Wait, did we play it all? Oh, that's why. Okay, let's get, I think Bop is the next one. Yeah. Let's see. And back to the animation, which was I in a frame that I was moving still? Yes. And we're going at the beginning of a hop. There we go. Okay, and now we're gonna have him sit on the studs, but just kind of on the top. Come on. Stay upright, David. You got this. There we go. Now we can have him move forward just a little bit. I don't know why I do this. I always position it so that I'm moving characters with my left hand. I don't know why I do that. I'm not left-handed. I guess it means that the screen's, like, on the right side of me, I guess. I might experiment with flipping things over a bit, though, one day, and see if that makes it easier for me to animate. Fluid, if I ever make a merch pin, you need it. I've been actually working on the merch this weekend. Not this weekend, last weekend, sorry. They don't have pins on the website I'm using currently, but that's something that, to be honest, if I was gonna sell pins, there's a good chance I would hire someone to just make it, and then I'd have like a limited supply of them, and then I'd probably just sell those that way, like just not through the merch website. Okay, I just moved him backwards. That's not helpful at all. I don't know why, but this angle is getting to me. Come on, David. Stop falling over. There we go. Okay. Stop falling. Let's see, how does this look? Okay, it lagged a little bit there. There we go. I like that. You can design your own pin, and then you can get them made on PCBWay. I'll have to check that out. Because what I would probably do, I'm gonna make that movement a little bit less. What I'd probably do is make one that's like the channel logo, but then I don't know. Maybe I do it as like a 10K subscriber special. That'd be pretty cool. Okay. Let's see. Yep, and let's have him stand still for another, I don't know, let's do 14 frames. There we go. And now this will be the last step that he takes before the next shot. And I'm thinking that on the zoomed out shot, because there's going to be a shot of the close-up of the wolf coming out of the cave, and then there'll be a zoomed out shot of the whole situation. And I think when we get to the zoomed out shot, since we have a scorpion on the left side of the cave, we might have a spider on the right side. There we go. Just move you ever so slightly forward, David. There we go. And have the scorpion still looking at him. Owie, knock knock. Who's there? Did you mean to typo it like that? Or is that actually the punchline? Because if it's a pun, I'm missing the pun. Oh, David fell over. No. Okay. There we go. Could you explain the pun to me then on why you spelt it that way? Or is that meant to like be someone's accent? Oh, are you talking about like the weightlift Jesus t-shirts? Is that what you're talking about? I feel like I might be missing it a little bit. Is that what it is? Okay, there we go. And now we just need to take a couple more frames, and then we will have reached the required 115 frames for this shot. And one more, because the number at the bottom is telling us how many pictures we've taken. Not how many, no, what picture we're up to. There we go, I like that. Okay, export movie. Let's see, all these settings look correct to me. There we go. Oh, it's the Skate 3 Jesus. I've seen that in memes before. Also, Fluid Studios, what emoji is that? Is that like a bowl of rice? I cannot tell. Okay, let's see how this shot turned out. Part of me thought I was seeing flickering, but I think it's just that I'm looking too close. Yeah, I think that shot's good. I like it. Hey, K-Native Gaming. Welcome to the stream. We are working on Psalm 23. We have just entered the Valley of the Shadow of Death. And David the sheep is about to meet a wolf. There's also a scorpion that's watching him. The scorpion has not been named. Neither is the wolf. Fluid, yes, that emoji was rice. Also, Fluid, what do I think the best age for allowing a child a knife? I mean, I got my first knife when I was like 10 or 11, I think. And then I accidentally cut myself with it within like half an hour. Not a bad cut, but I was cut. Dad told me I could cut what was ever in the trash can. And he meant, oh, it might have been Mom that said that, but they meant the cardboard. I found a plastic container and tried to cut it with my Swiss Army knife, and then I accidentally cut my finger a little bit. But I'm okay. I still have the finger. But yeah, so I'd say around 10 years old. Depends on the age of the kid and how mature they are. Well, I'll see you next time, Fluid, if that's like a permanent gotta go. But you might be back, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's close this out. Oh, we can close that one out too. And we'll pause the music, put in the new shots. Okay, let's see, video import, and we're doing 23-6-1, because if this looks good, we actually did this shot on the first try. Okay, so far so good. Let's see how this looks.
He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
I like that. That turned out well. Okay, so let's see. Does the Psalm 23 color grading... Oh, that looks really good. Oh, man, I might not even need to change it. That template just suits this shot. Man, that looks good that way. Yeah, I don't think I need to touch up anything. I might later, but, like, in terms of... For this right now. K-Native Gaming, I should sing. Unfortunately, I think my neighbor is asleep, and they're right above me right now, so I probably shouldn't. That's my excuse anyway. Oh wait, can I play Amish Paradise? I'm pretty sure that song is copyrighted, and if I get a copyright claim on this stream, then this doesn't go towards my hours to being monetized. And I want to be monetized, so no, I will not do that. What did you mean, could I sing it? I don't even know the song. I don't even, yeah, I know that it's a Weird Al song, but that's it. Let's see how it looks so far.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Okay, that shot is done. Is that also the name of the song? A song? Oh, yeah, I don't know the song. Okay. I started the music too soon because we're figuring out timing for this shot now. Okay, so.
I will fear no evil.
I feel like on evil, that should be
I will fear no
On evil should be when the wolf is fully out of the den. I will fear no evil, and then after the word evil, I think I'll have him like howl, which I'll play quietly because like we've got David quoting the psalm. There is a bug flying around my room, and I do not, well, my studio. I do not know where it's landed though right now. Okay, so let's import my thing here. Let's see how this goes for timing.
I will fear no evil,
Yeah, I think on evil should be when it pounces out,
for thou art with me.
and then for
For
thou.
thou art with me. For thou for thou
Okay, when he says thou, is when what I'm gonna do is have the shepherd's crook, like his rod, staff, whatever it's technically called. It's gonna land like it's gonna be like in front of the wolf to show that the sheep is safe. It'll make more sense once we actually animate it.
I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
I think I might actually do a little bit after thou.
For thou art
Well, I think on thou, if the rod starts to come down, that'd be the best way to do it. Okay, so first order of business, the first movement is gonna, excuse me, be 1 second and 14 frames. So that is 38. Also, Kyle is in the stream. Let's see, I was about to go to bed, but I found out you were streaming, so now I have but one request. Oh no. Pay attention to me. I am paying attention. I'm reading your comment right now. I already know what you're going to say, and I just explained why I couldn't. It's almost 11 o'clock at night, and I've got neighbors. But go ahead with your request. Please sing. Why? Sing softly. Hi, Croissant. Welcome to the stream. Oh, man. I don't even know what to sing. Sing a lullaby? That's, as in, you want me to sing you to sleep, Kyle? Is that what you want, since you're about to go to bed? Oh, let's see. Let's see, what lullaby? Let's see. I don't sing very well when I've got headphones on, so let me just get readjusted since you specifically asked for a lullaby. I'm not doing a long one, though. I don't know why you guys make me do this. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, I'm going on memory for this song because I can't really pull up the audio to try and actually unless did you just request one? Okay. I'm a little teapot, or maybe Twinkle Little Star. I already have one picked out. Let's see. I apologize if I get the tune partially wrong because I don't remember this part of the chorus. Someone holds me safe and warm. Horses prance through a silver storm. Figures dancing gracefully across my memory. Yeah, that tune was definitely wrong, but I know this part. Far away, long ago, glowing dim as an ember, things my heart used to know, things it yearns to remember, and a song someone sings once upon a December. There we go. I sang Once Upon a December for you. There's your lullaby, Kyle. And unfortunately, to have the lyrics pulled up, I couldn't see the request anymore, because the lyrics were on my phone. But that's okay. Kyle, let's go. Croissant, I'm asleep now. Oh, man. Okay, well, let's get back. Thank you, Kyle. I highly doubt with the mic that close to my face that it actually sounded beautiful, but I'll take the compliment. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Get plenty of sleep. Wait, Kyle, isn't tomorrow your first day of teaching? Yeah, you better get some sleep. Okay. Let's get this music started up. Actually, let's just test one more time this.
I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
Yeah. I like that timing. Okay, so the total shot length is 5 times 24 plus 7. 5 times 24 plus 7. Actually, let's plus 7. That might mess with order operations. Okay, so we're doing 127 frames. Is the whole shot. And the first part of it is going to be 38 frames. So let's get to moving on that. Now, first we actually have to start a new shot, now that I think about it, because this is not shot 6. We are on shot 7, I believe. Let me double check that. Yes, it is shot 7. Yeah, basically what we're doing, though, is... Actually, let me move the set so you can actually see what I have in mind of what we're doing. There we go. So what we're going to go for right now, we're going to have to move the lighting, because now since we've rotated the set, the lighting would technically be different. So we're actually going to put the camera up higher, because we want to be looking down on the wolf so we actually see the size of it. If we're even with it, we're not going to get a good... Oh, man, I feel like almost higher might be good. Let me see how this will look first. And then we want to be really zoomed in on this wolf. Yeah, I think higher. This will make more sense once... Oh, the camera's hitting one of the lights now. Oh, wait, I had this light on the whole time? I did not realize that. Is this light on too? Huh, I had 2 fill lights. That's not bad, I just didn't realize I had 2 of them. Yeah, this is a good camera angle. Okay. Now we still want that light there. And then this one, I want to move it out of the way a bit so that we get more shadow. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I want 2 fill lights for this shot. Yeah, I think... I don't know. Anyway, I've got to adjust this a little bit anyway, because we're going to have him... I know that he actually wasn't... Oh, wait a minute. I just realized this isn't going to work at all. If we're up high, then the shepherd can't put his stuff in between the camera and the wolf. So we actually need to be even with the wolf. Unless... Yeah, no, we do need to go down. Let's see. Let's readjust real quick. Yeah, we need to be basically floor level with the camera. Oh yeah, no, this shot's actually going to look better than what I initially had planned anyway. That is much better. Yeah, no, that's going to look way cooler. Although I am going to move this dead plant right here a little bit. I don't... Oh, nope, that puts it in the way of the skull. Do I want to put it, like, there? Maybe, like, have it one stud closer. Yeah, I like that. Let me see, actually. I don't think anyone's going to notice if a plant moves in between shots that aren't connected. So this is okay. Okay. But basically what's going to happen is the wolf's going to come out of the cave to about here. Actually, probably not quite that far. Yeah. I think that will look pretty good. So let's get the wolf in focus. And then what we're going to do, so the wolf comes out, he's going to howl. Oh, do we want him to come out one stud further? Let's see. Maybe one stud further. And then maybe have him, like, howl towards. Like, I think, nah, straight on with the camera works. And then what's going to happen is then the shepherd's staff is going to lower until it's blocking him. So let's see. Like that. Okay, the only problem is you can kind of see his hand. So let's experiment here a little bit. Where is the frog? The frog is already in the video, so he's not in every shot. The white frog named Greg has already been hidden in the video somewhere. Yeah, like that. So then what's going to happen is then once the staff comes down, we're going to do, I think it's called a rack focus, which is when, oh, wrong way. It'll come this way and focus on the shepherd's staff. Although it looks like, yeah, it's 2. Yeah, like that. That's gonna look cool. Although, let me add, does that need a little bit more lighting? I feel like that'll work, actually. But first we need to figure out, for it to be, okay, how many clicks is it from, because I like to use this middle arrow here. Although we could just experiment with big clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 big clicks, but that's a really quick change of focus. That's like a quarter of a second. Oh, you will find Greg. You'll have to find Greg once the video is released then, because the shot's already been animated. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. I feel like on 36 he was in focus enough. So what we're going to do is start it there. So that means that it will take 1.5 seconds for the focus to change. And I like that. That's a good amount of time for it to change focus. I like that. So now we're just going to move the staff out of the way. And now we just got to tape our set piece down. And I know he's not... maybe we should move it just a little so that the wolf's actually centered. But I think I might have to now move... Oh no, the staff should have moved with it. But I'll still readjust and make sure it looks good. Okay, let's make sure that when the staff comes down... Yep. Although we're going to actually adjust it just a little, because I want you to still... I want it to highlight the wolf's face. Yeah. So right now, when the focus changes, you'll still... The wolf's outline will still be in the middle. Let's see. Oh, we gotta go. Have fun. See you next stream. I'll see you then. And Croissant, you have school at 7? Well, hey, you should definitely go to bed. So I'll catch you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye to Croissant and Owie. Thank you so much for stopping by. As always, you both are awesome. Thank you for being one of my studs. One of my Lego fans. Okay. And I was about to start, and then I realized the staff is still in front of him. And we don't want that. So what we're gonna do is he's going to be... Was that too far forward? No, there, that's way too far forward. How far into the back can I get him? Because my plan is to have him actually, like, leap out on evil, not be, like, a gradual movement. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so first of all, can I do a leap and it look good from this angle? Yes, I can. Okay, perfect. So let's get the timing right on this. It is at frame 38 when he will be fully jumped out, and then he's going to howl. And then at 3 seconds, which is 72 frames, is when the staff lowers. Okay, so, but let's just focus on the first part. First of all, we'll do some test frames, make sure nothing's moving that shouldn't be, which we did adjust the camera a little bit. I know it's asking me to change the settings, but I kind of already have the settings fine-tuned to what I want this to look like. See a fluid. Oh, you're saying bye to everyone. Oh, never mind. You're not saying bye to me. You're saying bye to everyone else. Yes, it is just you in the chat now. We've got a few other people watching, but they're just not in the chat at the moment. But I still am very thankful to the watch time. So to all my silent studs, I thank you. Okay, there was slight movement, so we're going to take another 10 frames just to make sure. That's usually how it is whenever the camera's settling in to a new position. It shifts ever so slightly, which is why I do these frames at the beginning. And especially now that it's on a carpet, it's important that it that I take that into account. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, it's not moving now. Okay. So now... So he leaps out at frame 38. We're actually not going to have him move until frame 30. Because... I'll probably have him growling and then he'll jump out. Because I feel like him kind of shaking in there wouldn't really do much. So shoot multiple frames. We're going to have 30 frames, and then, maybe 28. Yeah, let's do 28, 30. 28, he has 10 frames to jump out. Yeah, that should be enough. Let's do 28. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna look at the top fans tab and see. I don't know what's up with your account, Fluid, but for some reason it won't let you be in the top fans category. I don't know if it's like an age restricted thing. Because at the moment it's got number 1 is Croissant, then Go Play Outside, then Owie, but they've all got 75 XP. I don't know how it works. I'm yet to figure it out. Fluid, this animation is going to be so good. Thank you so much. I'm happy with how it's going now. Pretty much all the other streams have had technical difficulties while I was animating, and it was frustrating. But today, Lord willing that it continues, it's been rather smooth, and I've liked that. It's been very nice. Okay, so now, I'm going to have the wolf start to move. I accidentally tapped a plant. Did it move noticeably? It did. That's annoying. Okay, we're gonna have to redo that. But I also just realized if we're doing the same frame over and over again, I can just take it once and then just duplicate it. Although I'm also curious, if that plant's in a spot where I'm gonna keep hitting it, do I want to move it over? Nah, that'll be fine. So let's just copy and paste that. Command C. Okay, we want to get to 28 frames. Almost there. Because when it's the same movement, there's not really much point taking a new photo each time. There we go. So now we're going to have him... Ah, this angle is hard to get my hand in. I bumped the tree. Ah, man, that tree is in the way too. And I just realized that the tree is only this, like, fabric, like, slight blur at the top. So we're just going to remove the, Oh, why did it do this? There we go. We're just going to... Why is it doing this to me? Is that... There we go. So I'm just going to remove the tree from this shot. At least the branches of it. Maybe just, like, the top half. There we go. That way we still got the shadow of the tree, but we don't have to worry about accidentally knocking the branches. So let's try that again. Come on, woof. There we go. And I just realized I had the focus fine-tuned to where he was already. Really, I should have the focus already looking good for where he ends up. Does that look good? Oh yeah, no man, that looks fine. Okay, so ideally his back legs will only be one stud in front of the entrance, is the goal. And I am noticing I am hitting my hand on this plant a lot, so we're just gonna remove that plant. It's not important. No one's gonna notice if a plant moves in between shots that have a gap in them. Let's see. Fluid in response to the top fan scenes. You're just too great for the charts, obviously. I agree. You're just too much of an original fan. Okay. Back to 28 frames. And then we can animate our wolf jumping out. Okay, there we go. So now we have him first rear up a little bit. Ah, and he fell. Come on. Okay, he's just a little bit leaning to the right, but we can fix that. There we go. And then we're going to have him... This is going to be a much faster movement than David the sheep, because obviously the wolf is a predator about to go hunting. Let's see, is that too quick of a movement? Oh, I think that's actually gonna look really cool, because there's some light moving around him a little bit. Yeah, that's gonna look cool. Okay, he's still... I think I'm gonna have him just stay on the studs, just very loosely. That way he stays straight up. But also doesn't fall over a ton. Okay, he's falling to the left a little bit. There we go. Man, this guy's hard to move. Don't know why, but he just is. Okay, he's angled up a little too high. What am I clipping? And yes, this is very much a wolf that is hiding in the shadows. Okay, let's see how it's looking so far. Oh yeah, that's like, yeah, that looks good. I like that. Then we're gonna have him. And what we're gonna do is to make it so that his stop isn't so sudden. On the last set of studs that he goes through, he's gonna move half a stud at a time instead of the one that he's been doing. Man, he is weird to move. I'm having a little bit of trouble. Let's see. Okay, he's moving to the right a little bit. Let's see. There we go. And now he's going to be... Actually, what I'm going to do is have him still on the stud. Because if I put him in between studs, he's going to like go up instead of down. What I'm going to do is have him like that. And then stud down. And then have his tail kind of poke up. His tail end kind of pump up a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll work. He runs out, like, kind of jumps. And then... There we go. And leans back. Into place. We'll have him sit for a little bit. So, jumps out. Yeah! I like that. That looks good. Fluid, you said I'm the greatest of all the others. I didn't call anyone scum. I just said that of all the fans, you're a true original. One of the best. Okay, now at what frame does the staff go down? Let's see, 3 times 24, 48 plus 24. Yes, that is 72. So we've got a little bit of time for the wolf to stand still. So let's do 10 frames. You're not even an OG. I mean, like, of like, since I've started streaming, other than again, I don't know. Out of the people that are constantly in streams, the only people that have been here longer than you are like Oe, Kyle, kind of, and then Caden. But they're my brothers. Not Oe, Kyle and Caden are. I can't remember actually how long Croissant's been here though. Now that I think about it though, he might be an exception to that. So I'm not 100% sure on that front. So now we're gonna have him lift up his head and howl. Okay. I'm noticing that whenever he's not connected on the front studs, he tends to shift to the right. Well, his right, our left. So I'm going to see if sticky tack's going to solve this problem. Okay, first of all, I moved him in the wrong direction a little bit. There we go. You can kind of tell that there's sticky tack underneath his foot, but I don't know if it's really that. No, I'm not going to do that. Never mind. Let's reassess this. The sticky tack did not work. Oh, I suppose, yeah, Robot Ham is definitely an OG. I forgot he was still here. Yeah, I think of the people who, like, actually watch every video, Robot Ham might actually be... He might actually have watched more than my brothers have. I don't know. So, I suppose, yeah, that does put you behind Robot Ham then, Fluid. Okay, I am having trouble getting him to move. Does that look... No, he just keeps going that direction. I wonder if I can just, like, kind of just lightly tap him in the direction I want him to go. Come on. Got one more place I can try sticky tack. Because I didn't do it on the furthest back leg. If I go in between. Come on. Come on, sticky tack, don't fail me. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's see. There we go. Okay, just gotta... There we go. And he keeps moving the wrong way. Come on. Come on, Wolf. Stay in the right spot. Nope. Nope. If I just point him up really high, he'll eventually just kind of fall into the right spot. Oh, wait. It's actually working. Let's see how that looks. Jumps. Howls. I know he's still falling, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is... Okay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of trick photography here. Oh no, what is it doing? I wasn't trying to move that. Okay. So what we're going to do is the frame where he's up in the air. Wait, what? Okay, we're gonna copy and paste that a couple times. Let's see how that looks. So, moves up, howls. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, in reverse order, put in him going up as him going down. Okay. So now we need frame 53. Now we get frame 52. And then frame 51. And then frame 50. Let's see how that looks. Howls. That might actually work. Although what I am gonna do though, to make it, this is definitely some editing shenanigans right here. Is we're not gonna have him go straight down. We're gonna have him kind of do the movement a couple times. So, goes up, down to here. So we're actually going to delete frame 65 and frame 64 actually. Then what we're going to do is, so we've got, I want to find the frame where he's in the same position. Okay, same, we're going to go to here, copy that, paste it again. And if I did this right... Let's see, he goes up, kind of howls. I don't know if I like it, actually. I think we might have to try this again. I don't think... It's not turning out as good as I thought. But let's see, if we just drop it and just make it that he howls once, how does that look? Howl, down again. I think for a character that doesn't have any joints, I think we should definitely go with that. Fluid, maybe on watch time, but I never said I was an OG. Oh, I mean, if we're going for live stream watch time, you are up there, but also so is Robot Ham. Also, I can just picture Robot Ham's jaw drop as you said that. Hey, Black Raptor, welcome to the stream. We are animating Psalms 23, so we've got our wolf. It's tricky because, like, part of me wants to see if I can get his motion to be more fluid. But there's just the simple fact of the matter is that he doesn't have any moving pieces. So it's not going to be perfectly fluid. That's just kind of what it's going to be. There we go. Did I move him forward a step? I did. That was not intentional. He needs to be backwards one step. There we go. That will make the movement actually look a lot better. Yeah. I feel like, though, I can make him hold the howl maybe just a little bit longer. So let's have him hold that position. Maybe let's just double the length of the wolf howl. Okay, and let's see how that looks. Jumps out, howls. Yep, that'll work. Let's see. What is the wolf name? No, it's not going to be Adolf. Oh no, fluid. You didn't say it needed to be perfect. I'm saying fluid as in like fluid animation. As in like smooth, like it flows. Yeah, no, sorry, I was not saying it that way. Yeah, that's what I meant. It had nothing to do with you. Okay. So now's when we start moving the stuff in for this shot. And I'm thinking we might actually have the focus change as we as he puts the stuff down. Okay, so that's... And I just realized I was gonna count the focus each time, but we really don't need to because it zooms. We're basically moving the focus out as far as it'll go. Let's see how this looks so far. Howls. Howls. Stuff comes down. At first it feels like it's going quick, but I mean, the shepherd is putting his staff there to show that he's protecting the sheep, so that's not exactly a movement one would do slowly. See, Black Raptor, you do a good job at flowing animation. The animation flows really well. Thank you so much. I don't know who Brick Science is, but the name does sound familiar. Okay. Have the focus continue to zoom out. Good night, Black Raptor. Have a good one. We'll catch you next time. Okay, and now we're going to slow down the movement of the staff so that it eases out. So there we go, about that much movement. Just a little bit of movement again, because we want the curve of the staff to frame the wolf. And I feel like, yeah, I think we'll move it just slightly once more, and that'll be the last movement of the shepherd staff. Yeah, that's perfect. And now it's just zooming it out. Well, not zooming it out. Adjusting the focus until the shepherd staff is fully in focus. It's a little tricky because when you're only adjusting it like one small step at a time, it feels like the focus isn't changing, even though it is. It's one of those things, until the shot is finished, it doesn't necessarily look amazing. The bop is on. It is on. There we go. This is definitely a trust the process shot, because right now I feel like everything's blurry, it looks awful, but I know I've done these shots before, and it's a really cool effect, and it will look good once it's done. Yeah, Fluid, you're welcome to try something. I don't know exactly what you're trying, but go for it. I wish that you could get this shepherd stuff in brown, but I think it's available in like black, and then I think it was like transparent pink. So I was like, okay, I feel like black's the closest to a natural color. But that's okay. The focus is, you can kind of tell the stuff is starting to become more of the focus. Usually I count these clicks when adjusting the focus, but thankfully I don't have to, because it, we're just going to the max out focus. But I do need to check, how long? 127. Okay, so we're going to have about a full second of it fully in focus, I think. There we go. This is starting to look good, I think. We're almost there. So yeah, we're going to get about 20-ish frames. Okay, I see, Fluid, you're saying hello and then wait again. I'm assuming you're trying to do something with your profile picture, your name, then. I feel like there's still more zoom to do. Well, more focus to change, but that's okay. I also know that once we export these, that the shot is actually way more in focus than this makes it look. So I'm not too worried if it doesn't look perfect yet, because in the actual shot it will look fine. Hey Dirt Witch, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Today we are animating Psalm 23 from the Bible, and we are up to, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. So we got a sheep walking through this valley with the shepherd. Wolf's jumped out, but the shepherd's gonna protect the sheep. So you got on the board with Dirt Witch. Oh, so that's... It's not showing me... So is that U-Fluid? When I pull up top fans, it's not showing me Dirt Witch as an option. Wait, is that the @click for free Lego? That's what it is, isn't it? Okay, it is you. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know what it's with your regular Fluid account. Okay, at this point, I don't think it's changing the focus, so I'm just gonna take the rest of these photos. Almost there, and then we'll play the shot and see if it actually turned out how I hoped it would. I'll admit, I'd be kind of sad if it doesn't turn out well. Let's see. Wolf jumps out, howls. Yeah, that looks cool. Howls. Yeah, that's gonna look really good when it's scaled up in definition. Okay, 24, 1910, 20 by 1080. Yes, export. Hey, MG guy, long time no see. It is good to see ya. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? We're continuing the Psalm 23 animation, as you can see from the title of the stream. Up to the Valley of the Shadow of Death. And yes, that turned out exactly how I hoped it would. Yes, that looks cool. There's a smudge on my lens, but I've noticed it on like every shot, so I'm not going to worry about it. I just need to get the lens properly cleaned at some point. But if for one video, it's not that big of a deal. Especially since it's always in the same spot. I don't think people will notice. Let's see. So let's pause the music and put it into our footage. So media, video, import. Let's see, that'd be 23-7-1. Another shot that we did on the first try, which makes me happy. Because the last few streams, we got like no shots done on the first try. And let's see, so we've got how the shot looks now. Oh, the color grading preset's working so well. I'm glad I put more time into that. Oh, yes, that looks good. Okay, let's play how it's going so far. Also, we're at 34 seconds. I know it says out of 124, but the last 20 seconds are credits. Actually, 20 and 9 frames. Which means that out of actual animation time, we are over halfway there. Oh, technically we're slightly under. But as soon as we finish shot 8, we'll be there. So, let's put that there, and let's watch the whole animation so far. But yeah, no, that looks so much better. In fact, oh, wait a minute, we have done over half the animation, because there's a second and a half of nothing at the beginning. So we are over halfway.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
That is turning out well, my friends. Oh, yes, this is going well. Okay. So, I'm going to try something real quick. I've got to take a quick break. But apparently now... Nope, that is not what I was trying to do. Where's the button? Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. There's like this thing I can pull up. Pop out, no. Channel level, no. Oh yes, okay. Overlay for a break. Let's try that. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna try and do an overlay right now. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna play the music for you and have the stream on the video. I shall be right back in just a moment. I have returned. Okay. Okay, let's catch up on the chat. Looks like you visited with each other for a bit. Remember our days of contesting first place and guess the build. Yes. And let's see, MG, yeah, you've already started school. Nice. I don't have to do school anymore. I have to go to work tomorrow. Let's see, new scene, shot 8. Which means, after we do this one, we'll only have 4 left, I think? Or is it 5 left? There's 13 shots. But the cool thing is shot 9 and shot 10 and 11 are all the same scene. Shot 12 and shot 13 are also the same scene. So we've only got 2 more locations to build after this, which I'm probably going to build after the stream tonight. So that we can knock out the rest of it this week. How late do I work tomorrow? Maybe I could knock out one of those tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, shot 8's going to be the last one of this stream. Because it is almost midnight, but this is the same shot. Same scene. We'll move the camera for this scene. But not too much. I'm thinking I'd like it to be from above looking down. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Okay, and I'm going to try and move the camera so I don't have to take the duct tape off my set piece. Let's see here. And zoom in. Nope, wrong button. Well, first let's zoom in a little first. Yeah. Then we'll get the focus in. So what we're gonna have now is the wolf is gonna be in here. while the shepherd stands guard, blocking the wolf's exit. Let's see. MG Guy, do I use Dragon Frame? Yes, I use Dragon Frame. It is an excellent program. It's expensive, but it's also a one-time payment, which I like. It's $200. But while that sounds like a lot, it is totally, totally worth it. Let's see. There we go. In fact, I might even try to have the wolf back one more stud to show that he's like, oh no, I'm not messing with this shepherd. There we go. And now we can add the top of this tree back, since we are no longer worried about accidentally bumping it, since my hand should be nowhere near the tree now. Okay, I think I changed the angle of the leaves slightly, so I'm just going to make sure that it's not going to be hugely noticeable. Yeah, that's not going to be noticeable at all. And then I technically moved a plant, but I don't think it was actually, yeah, it was barely visible the first time. I'll still put one back roughly where it was. Let's see, it looks like it was about here, or maybe here. Actually, you know what, I think it would be more noticeable if it popped back into place. So we're going to go without it. Yeah, we'll go without that plant. And now what we're going to do is we're going to have David the sheep is going to be going by, knowing that he's completely safe. And I feel like I don't really need the shepherd to move in this shot because he's like standing guard and protecting. Although what I am going to do is I'm going to have the light be ever so slightly... Oh, no, not that light. Let's see, which light? Let's see, do I want to... Okay, no, not that much. Actually, no. Because of the color grading, this is the correct amount of lighting. I'm just going to angle it slightly away. There we go. I like that. Let's see, MG Guy. Hey, Chris, did I go to the Sight and Sound David? I go there every time I go to work. That's my job. I work at Sight and Sound. So yes, I have been to Sight and Sound David 5 times a week. Okay. I think now at this point we just need to see how long this shot is. Okay, so that's I think that's 125 frames. Oh, that's 130 frames. Wait, I did 5 times 25. That's not correct. We want 5 times 24. Yeah, we do want 125 frames. Let's see. We want 125 frames. Is this how I want to do this angle? I do want to add a spider in the corner. We had a scorpion on the other side. I want a spider on the other side. Do I know Brian and Karen White from Springfield? I don't think I do. I might have met them. I don't know. Let's see. What's funny, something I just realized, is by hiding a spider here, I'm curious if some people will like jump the gun and assume this is where I hid the frog. Let's see, is that a good spot for... No, it's kind of just a bit of a mess if it's there. I might just get rid of this plant, because that wasn't ever in view. And just have the spider kind of chilling there. Yeah, that's a good place for the spider to be chilling. I like that. See, MG guy, they're friends of mine, and I was wondering if you go to the same church. I don't go to church in Springfield. I'm further away from Springfield and closer to Branson. But I'm not going to give out my exact location for safety purposes. Okay, so we've got 125 frames. Let's have him back up a step then. Because now he's going to be moving a lot faster because he knows that the shepherd is there to keep him safe. Okay, time for some test frames to make sure that this shot is nice and set where it should be. Let's see. But yes, the 5K special, the script is almost 100% complete. And to be honest, that's going to be the part that, aside from editing, takes the longest. But I also enjoy editing more than I enjoy script writing. So that part will go much faster. Let's see. It was kind of funny. At one point, I was considering trying to just finish this whole thing tonight. I'm glad I only tried to do this amount, because I am starting to get a little sleepy. Are there going to be any voice actors in this one? Oh, in the 5K special? In the 5K special, no, it's just me. All the voices for this have already been recorded, because it's just David speaking. Although I might add some, like, I'll add other sound effects, like animal sounds. Is there movement here? If there is, it is very minimal and I can't really tell. There was a slight one, but it looks like it ended, so we are good. And what I'm going to do is actually have David be in the middle of a step at the beginning of the shot to make it just a little bit more dynamic and not like he's waiting to move at the beginning of every shot, because that's not how people and animals actually move. They don't wait for a camera. Makes it look set up. I almost bumped the tree. Thankfully, it is not noticeable that I bumped it. Finish the video tonight, more Mountain Dew. Here's the thing, I've got to go to work tomorrow, and also I haven't even built the set pieces for the other shots, and I don't want to rush them. I want them to still be good. Okay. But no, I'll try to... Part of me's thinking about trying it tomorrow. I might be working late tomorrow. However, I don't think I have to work early on Wednesday. I have only a 4 or 5 hour shift, I think. So I could realistically stay up a little later tomorrow if I finish building the set pieces tonight for tomorrow's stream. I could possibly do that. MG guys, someday I hope to make it to Missouri for Sight and Sound. If you do, let me know, because I'd love to catch up with you. It's where I work, and it's a safe place to be, so it's nice to meet people there. It's actually where I prefer to meet fans and also friends from my LEGO classes, because it's a safe place to be. There's lots of people. I don't feel like I'm getting stalked. And a 4th frame. Let's see, is that long enough of a pause between each bounce? Let's make it 6 frames. Okay, and beginning upward momentum. Fluid tomorrow stream. I'm gonna try. I don't want to promise that tomorrow will be a stream, but I'd like to stream tomorrow if I'm not dead tired when I get home. MG guy, if I do get to come, I need to meet you. That would be awesome. Stream series back to back. It would be nice. Plus, I really just want to finish this video at this point. Because I'm just... it's gonna be good once it's done, but it's been kind of annoying having it on the back burner for so long. And it is my fault. Like I guess I've been busy, but I could have fit it in before on other days. I've just been busy and in full honesty, a little bit stressed out here and there. So I just want to get this done. Let's see. I think I need to. There we go. Perfect. And I just realized he's going to pass really close to the Shepherd's Cape. But that's okay. I'll be careful. And if not, we'll redo the shot. You want me to stream tomorrow so you have something to watch after school? That's fair. If I do, it will be a late stream. It'd probably start at like 11:30 at the earliest. Because I think I have a late shift tomorrow. It hasn't showed up on my schedule yet. But I got asked if I was good to work late tomorrow. And I said yes, so I'm going to assume that I'm working late tomorrow until I am told otherwise. Okay. Let's try to have the moving down be a little bit more uniform. There we go. Let's see, how does that hop look? I actually like that. That looks pretty good. One, two, three, 4, 5, and 6. Only 100 more photos to take, and then this shot is done. Part of me wants to try moving the wolf so that his eyes are still his head's still following the sheep. But that would be so hard to move him while not hitting the staff or anything else. And I'm like, nope, this shot's good enough. Not everything needs to be moving at all times. Plus, it would almost get to the point of it being distracting. How many hours for this one video alone? I mean, just add up the total of how many live streams I've done. Plus, I don't know, an additional... I didn't have to write a script for this video, which was nice, because it's just straight up the Bible. But I spent probably half an hour to 40 minutes recording my friend Connor for this, because he voices David. And if you're wondering why I had him voice David and not me, so my friend Connor, who did the voice for this, he's one of the actors that plays David at Sight and Sound, which I thought would be so cool if he played David on my channel, because I could be like, this is the Sight and Sound David, and he's doing the voice. And it makes me feel very cool. But if you're curious, I mean, we can add up real quick how long this has been. We've been, let me see. Let me pull it up on my phone. I don't know what will pop up if I try to open something else. Okay, let's check. Live streams. Okay, so this one's been going for about 3 hours. Okay, 4.5 adding that one. 5, 7. We've already put 10 hours into this video, just animation time. So it's been a long video process. Okay, and I've already taken the photos at the end of that hop, so we're doing another one now. go. But yeah, no, this is why when people ask like, "Oh, Chris, why didn't you like do like a stop motion every week?" And I'm like, if that was all I did full time, and I did only short ones, it'd be possible. It'd be a lot of work. But yeah, these take a long time, and this is technically supposed to be an easier animation. It has not been because of the technical difficulties I've had with it, and also moving halfway through the filming of it. But yeah, no, if you include some of my more complicated videos, some of them take even longer per second of footage. Fluid, what's the best frog? I really like the transparent green one, but the main reason I like it is just because it's the one that's ridiculously expensive, and I find it hilarious that I bought a $36 Lego frog. Uh-oh. Hopefully he didn't knock anything over. Okay, is that where I had him? Yes, that is where I had him. Perfect. And MG, I gotta go to... Great to catch up with you. Hope to see you again soon. Bye. See you, MG guy. As always, it is great to have you here. Have a wonderful... I'm assuming you're going to bed, so have a wonderful rest and an awesome day at school tomorrow. Okay. I think I've got him pushed all the way down. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's see how it's looking so far. I think it's looking good. And 1, 2, 3. Yep, I did do the frames of him in between his hops. Oh, what's the best actual frog? Oh, that makes more sense. Wait, did you call me a clanker? I am not a robot. I do find it funny though how we've just like all decided to go with the Star Wars slur for droids as the slur for like all AI going forward. That's really funny to me. My favorite actual frog? I feel like I should know more frogs, because I feel like I really don't know that many. But off the top of my head, there's this one type of frog that's just basically a sphere. I find that one really funny. But for pretty frogs, poison dart frogs are so pretty. I know they're poisonous and they'll kill you if you touch them. But they're really pretty. And shiny. And I get that that's to warn people and predators that they're dangerous and that you shouldn't touch them, but they're such pretty frogs. Okay. Ah, don't fall. Don't fall. Stop falling over. There we go. Great answer. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. What's your favorite frog fluid? I'm curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're just over halfway through this shot. Actually, yeah, we're past it now. Okay. There we go. Go, and then we're gonna move them forward a little bit more. All the frogs are your favorites except for the hairy frog and purple frogs. You love frogs. I know you love frogs. You've made your love of frogs very evident. And that is not an insult. One, two, three, 4, 5, and 6. Look up purple frog. Okay. Let's see. Purple. Is it going to be a really ugly frog? Oh, that is a gross looking frog. I don't like that. Ew. Yeah, I don't like it. I agree. I don't like purple frogs. That is a gross looking frog. Okay. And just double checking, but yes, I did do the in-between frames. Right, now I have to be careful to not accidentally brush the shepherd's cape. There we go. He keeps falling. Stop falling over, David. It's funny because in theory, walking shots are simple, but they're so repetitive, and you also have to be so precise that I find like fight scene shots quite often to be easier than walking. I think part of it is just that it's not the same thing over and over again, so it's less tedious. So maybe it's a wrong opinion, but that's my opinion. Is that animating fight scenes is quite often easier. At least it's more fun to animate than just walking. But a good walk cycle is important for a good stop motion. You don't want your characters just sliding around, unless you're doing it for comedic effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Am I talking about a Pac-Man frog or a South African rain frog? In terms of the frog I like, just... Oh, are you talking about the round frog? The real one. But if you're talking about poison dart frogs, just the real poison dart frogs. They look cool. But no, it's kind of funny, though. I'm not saying I'm going to do it anytime soon. But I do feel like since I've got every color of Lego frog, that I need to eventually do an animation that's just about frogs. It'd be really funny, I think. Now, obviously, if I did that, there wouldn't be a frog hidden in the video, because they would be everywhere, but it would be really fun to just make an animation about frogs. I knew as soon as I said that you'd get excited. This is not a project that's planned for any time soon. I don't even have a story, like a good story in mind yet. Hide a regular minifig? That'd actually be really funny. Just hide a person. That's actually a really good idea for that. Just reverse it. Hide it. That's a really funny idea, actually. If I do the frog video, that's probably what I'll hide in the animation instead. Is just hide a regular dude. Okay, I think I'm going to have to start using both hands for this. Or at least standing up to really get the shot right. Because if he falls on the cape might move, and you can adjust capes to make it look like they didn't move, but it is tricky. Although, worst case scenario, if he does hit it, I'd probably just make it look like he brushes the cape as he's walking by the shepherd. Although I'd still like to just not have that happen at all. Especially since we're so close to being finished with this shot, and then also, as a result of that, being finished with animating tonight, period. Yeah, and it's looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have one more step, possibly a second step animated, since we're going till frame 125 will be our last one. You don't have to have a sad face about the stream ending. I do eventually need sleep, and I bumped the shepherd. No. Although I think I got him almost back to where he was. Yep, I got him. We're good. He does not noticeably move now. And I just realized that shot of David moving up, he actually moved down. And that is incorrect. He needs to... One, two. Okay. Up. Okay, yep. Let's lean him back even further. There we go. Then we're going to have him be slightly on the studs. And now in between. This is where we have to try really hard not to hit the shepherd, which I almost did just now. So yeah, this is going to be the last step we animate, which makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, that's a lot of movement. Did I move forward an extra stud? Nope. That's just how his head is angled, I guess. Okay, that was not enough movement. There we go. And now we just take one more photo. When it ends, I have to go to bed, then I have to wake up to go to school. Okay, that's a fair reason to not want the stream to end, I guess. Okay, it lagged a bit, and whenever it lags when I'm playing it, it speeds up to account for it, which makes it not look as good. Yeah, that turned out well. If the high definition version of that looks good, we are done for the night. It also means we only have 5 shots left and only 2 different set pieces. Kind of 2.5, because one of them, it's angled funny. Put that thing back where it came from also help me. Good musical. Okay, let's have a look. How does this shot look? Okay, and part of me was nervous about accidentally bumping the plants at the bottom of the screen, so I'm going to play it again, and then one more time to see if I bumped them, and I did not, so that makes me happy. I'm also realizing in retrospect, it would have been a great idea to have hidden a frog in the shadows, but we've already hidden the frog for this animation. But that's okay. So we can actually close down Dragon Frame completely, which is nice. Close you out. And then we can actually pause the music, because what we're going to do is import media, shot 8, open, put it in. Looks like it lines up perfectly. It does. Increase our progress bar. Oh, yes, that looks good. I like that you can't see the wolf as well. The only thing is you can't see the shepherd staff very well either. So what I might do is just for this shot is mess with the contrast a little bit. So see if that'll... the only thing is, would that make it noticeable how different it is? What if I just decrease it a little bit, like down to 10? Because that does make the staff hard to see. But let's have a look.
Thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Okay, is it noticeable, the contrast difference? It is a little bit, but I feel like it made it a little bit easier to see the staff. Let's see. Maybe if I change the black. Okay, yeah, no, we're not doing that. I think we're just going to leave it how it is for now. But let's have a look at how the full animation looks. In fact, let's render it. That way we can actually play it in full screen. Where's my render button? There we go. It looks a little different than it used to. Okay, here we go. This is our progress.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Yes! It's looking good. It is looking good, my friends. And by my friends, I mean... Oh, there's actually a couple few more people. What's with the sheep's ear at the start? Is there something in his ear at the beginning? I think it's just a different angle than we've been looking at for him. Yeah, it's just that we're not used to seeing him facing the left. That's all it is. It's just shadow. But yeah. We are doing... Yeah, I think it is very likely that I can finish animating tomorrow night. If I have enough time and energy after getting up from work. If not, it might have to be Wednesday or Thursday. But I'd love to try and knock it out. Because then that gives me a couple days to edit, get it posted, and still work on the 5K special. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, everyone. We've been listening to Psalm 23 a lot, so that'll be our Bible passage for the stream. But once again, thank you so much. Thank you especially to Fluid, because I think you've been here pretty much the whole time. Which, especially considering that it's an animation stream, I really appreciate that. I'm pretty sure Robot Ham's been in the background pretty much the whole time too, so thank you, Robot Ham, if you're still within earshot. I appreciate the watch time very much so. But I shall catch you all next time. Again, have a good one, and remember, God is good.